Welcome to my mini playbook where I'm going to show you how I go from Crow into Chaturanga. Of course, you need to have a Crow in your repertoire in order to do this particular transition. And if you want to know how to do that, one of my previous videos or my strength video should go over that in a little more detail. And I think I have an entire 12-minute tutorial on Crow and the various ways you can do it. Please feel free to check that out. So you start in Crow pose, and I know there are a few different ways to do this. You can have your elbows to the inside, or you can bring your knees just slightly above the elbow, just under the tricep muscle. My focus right now is my fingertips. Okay, I'm not really going to do much else. All I want is to be symmetrical. So when I float back, I land symmetrically. And that's really, really important because that reduces injuries massively. Okay, so I'm focused on my fingertips and I'm tipping forward. And all I'm doing is trying to feel symmetrical. I am gently pushing both hands into the ground. I don't want to collapse under the weight of my own body in gravity. I need to resist that the whole time. You will feel that in your triceps and your pectorals and your abdominal muscles too. So that was my first rep. Shake off your wrist, get a feel for what's happening, and go again. Just get a feel. You don't hold for very long. Feel your fingertips and come back. Now, if I had ink on my hands and looked back, I would want to see the perfect hand print. Even your small finger should be pushing in. That tells me I'm symmetrical. That tells me I'm ready for my transition. Here it goes. And if you watch me go back, look how slow I'm going to go. The idea is to control my body as I lower down, which is referred to as deceleration. So I kind of accelerate, and as I'm in the air, I want to decelerate. I want to slow my body down and control what I'm doing. Otherwise, gravity takes over and you'll feel it in your lower back. So I'll show you what I mean in more detail in just a second. So here I go, and I'm going to float backwards, just there. Okay. So as I was going back, I was trying to control my descent. This is what happens when you don't do that. You kick back, and most people straighten the arms and they dump into their lower back there. They straighten the arms because they don't want to face plant, and then gravity goes boom. I'll show you what it looks like again when it's done incorrectly. It looks like this. Boom, there. It's really, really awkward. You jar your arms in. I've had students complain that it hurts their shoulders, it hurts their lower back. It is simply technique. This has very, very little to do with strength. I know that's easy for me to say as a man. If you're watching this as a woman, you think, what do you know? But trust me, I've been teaching this for a very, very long time. It's technique over strength every day of the week. I've trained men who are incredibly strong and they can't do it because they rely on strength. It is all technique and timing. Tell yourself, technique and timing. Watch me once again. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back and see I lower there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back and see I lower there. So what I'm doing is I want my arms to act like shock absorbers. As I jump back, I want to bend my elbows to take the load rather than straighten my arms. So if I do that slowly, as I go back here, as I go back, I do this there. That's all. And I really feel that in my arms and I know I'm doing it correctly. How I would build up to doing that if I was watching my teacher demonstrate that is I would do one leg at a time. I would go from here and I would go like that, there. I would go from here and I would go like that, there. And I would come back up again. There we go. Now, I'm not really focused on my abs at the moment. I'm confident that if I use my elbows, that I won't sink into my lower back. I've just got my 5-year-old running around in the hallway, so just checking on him. Okay, so if I do that again, one leg at a time, I'll go one leg, other leg, there. Am I symmetrical? Yes. Pull in your belly button and lift up. There we go. That's another repetition done. So the first step, of course, is to nail your crow. Once you're confident in crow, is to go from crow and go into your chaturanga, one leg at a time and lower down. Once you're confident one leg at a time, then you try the full version. Your focus is not on your core, your focus is on your arms bending as shock absorbers to take the load of your upper body. I'll show you once again. There. See how my arms need to do the work? You don't even really need to focus on your core because everything falls into place if you bend your elbows and lower yourself down. I really hope that was helpful. I offer a free arm balance playbook on my website, acromyoga.co.uk. Feel free to check that out. A ton of detail. I go into great amounts of depth in how to nail the basic arm balances and even advanced transitions. So feel free to check that out.